Jane. Born Valerie Jane Morris Goodall, Jane Goodall was the eldest daughter of businessman and racing car driver Mortimer Herbert Morris Goodall and writer Margaret Nafanui Joseph. Jane was passionate about wildlife early in her life, and she read all she could find about the natural world. Her dream was to travel to the wilds of Africa, to learn more about animals. When Jane worked as a waitress to save enough money for sea passage to Kenya, she was advised to try to meet the famous paleontologist Dr. Louis Leakey. Louis employed her as a secretary at the National Museum in Nairobi, and this led to her being offered the opportunity to spend more time with Louis and Mary Leakey at the Olduvai Gorge in search of ancient human fossils. Louis was impressed by Jane's patience and determination. He then asked her to travel to Tanzania to study the families of wild chimpanzees in the forest of Gombe. It was in 1960 that Jane arrived in Gombe for the first time. It was here that she developed her unique understanding of chimpanzee behavior and made the groundbreaking discovery that chimpanzees use tools. This single observation is credited with the redefining of what it means to be human. Louis arranged for Jane to study for a PhD in animal behavior at Newnham College, Cambridge. Jane's doctoral thesis was the behavior of free-living chimpanzees in the Gombe Stream Reserve. Jane was married twice. Her first husband, Hugo van Lawick, was a Dutch baron and wildlife photographer working for National Geographic when they met. Jane and Hugo later divorced in 1974, and Jane then married Derek Bryson, a former director of Tanzania's national parks. She established the Jane Goodall Institute in 1977. Its objective is to advance her vision and to create a better world for people, other animals, and our planet. In 1991, Jane founded Roots and Shoots, her global humanitarian and environmental program for young people of all ages. In April 2010, Jane met a group of youth from Saint Laurent Academy School, representing a global initiative that began in Ottawa, Canada. Here is a picture of her receiving the Youth Accord on Biodiversity that was later presented to the United Nations in Japan of that same year. During her life, Jane authored more than 27 books for adults and children and was featured in numerous documentaries and film. In 2019, National Geographic opened Becoming Jane, a traveling exhibit focused on her life's work, which is still touring across the United States. Jane's awards are many. In 2002, she was named a United Nations Messenger of Peace. 2 years later, she was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire at Buckingham Palace. Jane passed away at the age of 91 in October 2025. She was a legend in the world of conservation and animal research. The world truly needs more Jane Goodall.